The Dissident, which is a documentary about the murder of Jamal Khashoggi, who's obviously, there's been so much in the news recently, and in a way the news has kind of superseded this. It traces his role from Saudi insider to critic, and the appalling story about what happened in the Saudi consulate in Turkey. Um, here's the interesting thing about the documentary, because recently we've just, the report has just been released, that obviously that wasn't released before and should have been, and what we now know is that the decision was that absolutely this was state sanctioned, although the way in which the sanctions are happening is against certain people but not against the prince. My problem with the documentary was that it's very pumped up. It's dramatic music. It's full of kind of really sort of heavily dramatic devices. I mean, one of the things in it is it's talking about the kind of the cyber battles going on between the flies and the bees. The flies being the internet trolls who are putting out disinformation, and the bees being the internet who to put them out. And this is then dramatized through digitally animated flies and bees. And if I have a problem with the film, it's that I don't know that it needs that. I think, in a way, what I wanted it to be was more dialed down, because the story is so, I mean, it's very engrossing and also absolutely appalling and horrifying, that I felt like it didn't need all these dramatic sort of innovations thrown at it, particularly, as I said, since it is now coming out in the wake of the recent announcement about about the report. So we now do know, as well. I mean, I think it was never really in any doubt. But in the light of that, I don't know that what you need is a huge, pumped up, dramatized feel to it. This story is gripping and engrossing and horrifying and appalling. And I think, personally, I would have preferred the documentary to have a kind of more sober tone to it. I understand why it's made as a kind of accessible, gripping, but when you and I were doing the home entertainment service, we watched a documentary series that just everything felt like it was a kind of fast cutting drama, and I'm not sure that that's what this subject needed. But it is, as I said, an engrossing and horrifying story.